Hey folks, welcome back to Abundant Life Homestead. We've got something strange happening here lately in the form of a different bug invasion. What we're getting this year is these huge, bright green June beetles. I know some of you probably just said, big deal, we get those every year. And I understand that, but the thing is, we really don't get them. We live in an area that is considered part of the green June beetle's natural range, but growing up, I don't remember ever dealing with them. And as an adult coming back here to the homestead, we'd see one once in a while, but most years we forget they even exist. But this year's been a lot different. This year, these bugs are everywhere. The boys will come out and kill dozens of them in a day, and they just keep coming and keep coming. And kind of brings up the questions of why, what happened, what changed, what's allowing these bugs to suddenly flourish. And kind of made me think, well, maybe it's the weather. That's possibility. As weather changes and climate changes, creatures will move into habitats that are more conducive to their life. And well, I that's a possibility, but I would have thought we'd have seen them before now, and not just a sudden invasion. So then I got to ask, could it be something we did? What changed? What big changes have we made around here? And last year we were invaded by yellowjackets. Between us and the neighbors, somebody was getting stung every day. My wife and oldest son are allergic to bees. They couldn't even be outside last year. So I put a lot of time and energy into hunting and destroying yellowjacket nests. I made a playlist about it here on YouTube. And by the end of the year, I had killed 14 nests and hundreds, literally thousands of queens that were getting ready to go out and start their own nests. And even after I stopped making videos, the skunk came in and killed some more, to the point that we haven't seen any yellowjackets this year. So could that have anything to do with it? And the more I learn about these big green bugs, that becomes, well, yeah, maybe it did have something to do with it. It seems that the grubs from these bugs spend a lot more time on the surface than you'd think they would. They tend to come out and feed, and they come out every time it gets wet because they drown easy. And when I was hunting yellowjacket nests, I'd notice early in the morning, the yellowjackets would be hovering on the ground, collecting water, collecting bugs, taking them back to their nest. And even more than a couple times, I'd find a hole that the bees were going in and out of, and think I found a nest, but then realized that they were coming out with chunks of white meat. And then after a little bit, no more bees would go near that hole. And what they were doing, they were finding grubs. So is it possible that that huge population of bees was keeping the population of green June beetles beat down so much that we just never saw any green June beetles? Well, yeah, I guess that's possible. But there's a flip side to that too, I guess, because we'd never ever had such a huge population of yellowjackets before. So maybe these things moved in unnoticed, and the huge population of green beetles is what allowed the yellowjackets to flourish, be well fed, and grow in population all of a sudden. So really, I don't know, but it does make you think a lot. It makes me think a lot about our actions here. I don't think it was wrong to kill all the yellowjackets. I mean, especially when it can be a life or death threat to my wife and oldest son. I think I prefer to have the green beetles over the yellowjackets. They're really just a daytime version of the nighttime flying stupid that we get, and the black and brown June beetles and chuffers that we get here. And they're not any more or less destructive than their other June beetle cousins. Still don't necessarily want them here, but it does make me think about things, and you know what we do out here, and if any impact that we made had anything to do with with a growing population of a certain type of bug over another. But I don't know. What I do want to know what you think. What are your thoughts on it? Is this just a natural coincidence that these things have suddenly moved in, or you know, did taking out the bees allow them to flourish, or did them showing up allow the bees to flourish? It's a lot to think about when you've got some land out in a place like this. So let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm really interested to hear what anyone else has to say about the situation. But anyway, appreciate you listening for a minute. And until next time, just keep on nourishing your dreams, cultivating your passions, embracing the beauty of God's creation. We'll see you then. Thank you.